Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to you. Good morning. Greetings and salutations. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Purpose Journey Counseling LLC Reloaded. We are reloaded in 2023. And on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling, my name is Dr. Natatu North, and I'm the owner and therapist of Purpose Journey Counseling LLC, which is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I want to greet you on this morning. It is Wednesday, April 12th. I cannot believe it is April the 12th, April 12th, 2023. And I want to welcome you. It is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But whether you are catching us live at 7 a.m. or you catch us later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, or even later in the year, I want to greet you and say thank you so much for tuning in. But right now we are live. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And the YouTube link for this broadcast is posted on Instagram. So we do ask that you just take a few moments just to like the video. Please like our pages. Please follow us on your preferred social media platform. If you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, that will be greatly, greatly appreciated. And please share this broadcast. Let's also interact and engage in the comment section in order to empower and encourage one another. Just a couple of things. We're still hiring. So if you are a licensed therapist or you know someone who's a licensed therapist who's looking for contract therapy work, please give us a call, email us. You can also look on Indeed for the job posting, for job description. So just want to put that plug out there. We're still interviewing, but just want to put it out there. So I do want to share two numbers with you that we always share when we're together. Please plug them in your phone as a resource and a tool if ever needed for you or someone else. The first is a number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. This number is 24/7. So please plug this in. Then there's also the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That number is 988. This number is also 24/7, and you can text this number as well. So plug that information in your phones if you don't have it, just in case you ever need it or someone else ever needs it. We just want to make sure that we have the necessary resources and tools for ourselves as well as for others. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. So like I said earlier, it is Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we have our Wednesday Wisdom. So this week, this Wednesday, our Wednesday Wisdom is going to be talking about our physical health. One of, I would say, a lot of our least favorite things to talk about is our physical health. So we're going to let that sink in, let that penetrate your mind for a second as you're kind of thinking about, okay, Dr. Natatu, physical health, what you about to tell me? I need to go on a diet. I need to do some things. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but I want to start with this premise. Don't forget your body. Don't forget your body. Sometimes we go on these healing journeys and we want to get our spiritual health correct, get that right. So we work on that, or we want to work on our mental health. So we're working on that. We want to work on our emotional health. And all of those things are actually equally important. Why? Because I've said this many times before, they're all connected. But there's another strand to that, and that's our physical health. And sometimes our physical health gets neglected. And maybe we're going on this healing journey for everything else. We're wanting to make sure everything else is intact, but we neglect our physical health. So I want again to start from this premise. Don't forget your body. Your body, your physical health is a factor. It is a major contributor to your overall health and well-being. So everything else, we're talking about healing in all these other ways, your physical body, your physical health is going to be an important aspect of that. So we cannot neglect the physical health. And there's a lot of different things out there like that. I know I'm not like I'm not a trainer. I'm not like a doctor in that manner. I am not here this morning to give you a 12-step plan on how you're going to eat right and all this other stuff. But I just want to give you some important concepts, for Wednesday Wisdom, so we can use wisdom in how we tackle this. The biggest thing is not neglecting it, but you also have to pay attention to your body. Your body tells you, and one thing I've noticed, the older I get, my body tells me if I really just need to sit down somewhere. I'm not talking about, oh, it's time for bed. No, it's time to just like cut everything off for a second. Put your phone on do not disturb, do something up, because it's too much, because and you're like physically exhausted, like you've been just going, like the Energizer Bunny, and now it's time for you to recharge. Your body tells you that. A lot of times your body tells you if you're catching a cold or if something's just off about your body. Your body starts talking to you. You start getting aches and pains. And sometimes that means that you need some physical activity, or you need to stretch, or something's going on, or maybe you overused this or overdid that. Your body will tell you a lot of things. So we have to pay attention to our bodies. We have to pay attention to what's going on internally, as well as with sometimes the physical manifestation of what we actually see that's going on. But pay attention to other areas. Our physical health, our bodies need to be adhered to as well. We can't forget about our bodies. And like I talked about, they're all related. But as we're, using this, as a platform for mental health, physical health impacts your mental health. When you're off physically, mentally, it's hard to be on. It's hard to even with working, let's just say if you got a little cold, you got the sniffles or your allergies, allergy season. Oh, it's Cincinnati. I know I've been struggling with my sinuses and my allergies. But if my physical health is off, it does affect my mental health. It affects, how I'm able to even view things in that particular moment, my ability to focus, my ability to just get up and go as I usually would, or be moving at the same, normal pace. A lot of times that even gets thrown off because I've got a sinus headache. And now, I'm miserable, essentially, because sinus headaches are so painful. So your physical health definitely impacts your mental health, as does your emotional health and your spiritual health. But if we could just connect just the two of these, it impacts it, and vice versa, So that's why we have to make sure these areas are intact, so that we're not neglecting our physical health. So again, I'm not here to give you a specific plan, but I am here to tell you need to discover a plan that works for you as it pertains to your physical health. What does that look like? Are you someone who needs to get up and get the blood flowing in the morning, stretching, or a couple of things? It's good to get active. I will say get active, of course, to the extent in which you're physically able to, based off doctor's instructions. You don't want to ignore what your doctor's saying either, especially if you're under the care of specialists and things like that. But getting active, just being able to move around, not sitting sedentary all day. Some of us have sedentary jobs where we sit, and I do therapy all day. So now that the weather is breaking, praise the Lord, I am saying I'm going to get up sometimes. Like if I have even a 15-minute break, if I could get up and go outside and just walk around for a few minutes, that helps to get the blood flowing, to get, just get to feeling good. I get to go outside and enjoy some fresh air, anything like that is definitely beneficial. So getting active, then ask yourself, what are you eating? What are you eating? Yeah, I'm not saying you got to go on a diet, but what are you eating? When we eat foods that are, very sugary or very weighty, like breads and pastas, and carbohydrates, basically, we know carbs are sugar, and sugar is not always the best thing for us, unfortunately, because it tastes so good. But if you tend to eat those foods, you tend to be a little bit more weighted down. I know when I would eat like that, it will make me feel like, whether it was bloated or just tired, just exhausted, lethargic in the middle of the day. But when I eat better, when I'm, trying to eat more protein, or I'm drinking more water and different things like that, and then plus coupling that with getting up and moving, I just feel lighter. I feel freer. And I was noticing at work yesterday, I just felt better because I've been being more cognizant of what I'm eating. So overall, again, this morning, I'm not telling you a specific plan to follow, but you need to have one. You need to have one. And women, as we get older, it's a lot more difficult for us to get healthy, especially particularly if you're trying to lose weight. It's harder as we age, as we get older. It doesn't always, it's not an easy thing. Males tend to have an easier journey with that. But of course, that's a general statement. But we just need to have a plan. And I'm sure getting active in some way, shape, or form and being mindful of what we're eating is all going to be a part. So the goal for Wednesday Wisdom this week is to embrace being healthy. Embrace it. Embrace it. We want to have health and wholeness and healing in all the areas of our lives. And of course, 24/7 doesn't always feel like that. So, there are going to be some days that, several times where we're not feeling up to par in a certain area. But we cannot forget our bodies. We cannot neglect our physical health. We need to pay attention to our bodies. Then we need to understand that physical health impacts our mental health. Work on discovering a plan that works for us. If you got to get doctors involved, you got to ask some questions. You need a physical trainer, whatever it takes, a nutritionist, dietitian, whatever it takes. We've got to make sure that we're not neglecting our physical health, getting active, being mindful of what we eat. All of those things help us to embrace being healthy. So that is our Wednesday Wisdom for this morning. So go ahead and take some time to reflect on those things. It's definitely very important. So just a few reminders. We do have our Monday messages and Wednesday Wisdom weekly at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have our monthly podcast, hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist with Dr. Natatu on the first Sundays of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with that being said, our next episode of our podcast, which will be episode 12, which will be our 12th episode, which means a full year, God has been gracious of doing this podcast. It will be on Sunday, May 7th, 2023, live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your calendars. Join us on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 a.m. for our Monday Message and Wednesday Wisdom, and then join us on the first Sunday of the month at 7 p.m. for our monthly podcast. Purpose Journey Counseling LLC is one Reloaded is doing some amazing things by the grace of God this year. So we're just very thankful to have this platform. So our tag for Purpose Journey Counseling every time we're together, I want to encourage you to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as towards yourselves. And Lord willing, we will see you on Monday for Monday Message live at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Let's not forget our bodies. Let's not neglect our physical health. But have a wonderful Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the week. Have a great weekend. And blessings and love.